Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with random reviews from the Overflow room. Yeah. Well, we're almost done. Only one video after this, and we'll have finished our reverse journey through Haydn. And then we continue backwards through the alphabet with some other people before we get to Handel. And who will they be? Oh, it's going to be very interesting, I guarantee it. But first, let us continue or conclude our journey through Haydn in two clumps. Oh, look at this one. Oh, this is fun. Look at this. The Seven Last Words in its original orchestral version, featuring I Solisti di Zagreb under Antonio Ianigro on Vanguard. How many people had this one? Let me know if you owned this back in the day. This was recorded in 1967 at a time when nobody knew this piece, and it's a very good performance. The only thing it lacks, not surprisingly, is at the very end, during the earthquake, a little bit more trumpets and timpani, the kind of cutting edge that period instruments would later provide. But Ianigro is right on when it comes to the tempos. The playing is beautiful. The sonics are lovely. It's really a very good performance. And I enjoyed going through it again before doing this video. I was sitting here sampling, and I really wanted to just stop and listen to the whole thing all the way through. It's a beautiful performance of just such an extraordinary work. But we've talked about it many times already, so I don't think we need to go through all that again. But that's a good performance. Next, oh yes, String Quartets, Opus 50, right? Yes, the Prussian quartets. Opus 50, which are numbers 44 through 49, in case you're curious, with the Nomos Quartet. I don't know if these are the finest Haydn quartet performances out there. They're very good. A little bit, maybe a little bit on the monochrome side in terms of timbre and whatnot, but they're good performances, solid performances. And I got these because there was a time when you couldn't get Opus 50 outside of the complete set with the Tatrai or one of those groups. People just don't record Opus 50 separately for the most part. And they're beautiful, beautiful pieces. I mean, you've got number 4 in F sharp minor, one of Haydn's great and darkest pieces. It's absolutely glorious. There's some amazing stuff here. People tend to prefer the things on either side of it, because after Opus 50 comes Opus 64, which is one of the greatest sets of anything by anybody. And, actually comes 54, 55, then 64, which have more popular name title things in them. I mean, Opus 54, number 2, which isn't named as one of Haydn's most fascinating works. These are more works of consolidation. After having done the zippy scherzo, Opus 33s, these are more serious pieces. They're bigger, they're darker in complexion. They're more closely worked, a little denser. I think they're marvelous, but you can't like everything equally. So, but I got this and I hung on to it because I think it's quite good. And maybe and sometimes you want to hear someone else's view of works that people don't pay that much attention to. And Opus 50 is certainly a clump of those. But then we've got this one. Let's see. Oh, more with the Quatuor Mosaique. Opus 64, numbers 2, 4, and 5. And here's 1, 3, and 6. They had changed their packaging. Naive or Astray, in this case, Naive, Astray was the same label. Here we have the jewel box. Here we have cardboard, which made them a little bit hard to, keep track of, because usually I just do things by looking at the sides here, but these are actually the same clump of quartets. This is Opus 64. I love the Mosaic performances. I really do, especially because they have Christophe Coin, who's a fabulous Baroque cellist, on the bottom, and that gives you this wonderful, juicy, delicious handling of the bass lines. I mean, Haydn string quartets need to have very clearly sculpted and beautifully played bass parts, because so much is happening down at the bottom of the orchestra, the ensemble, and you've got to hear it. So that's really terrific. Then we've got the Alban Berg Quartet doing Opus 33, number 3. Let's see, which is the bird. Oh, the bird, yes, it's so chirpy. It's deliciously chirpy. And the Opus 77, Haydn's last 2 completed quartets, numbers 1 and 2. And then the Serenade that was attributed to Roman Hofstetter from what was Haydn's Opus 3, which turned out not to be by Haydn at all. Somebody said, I can't believe anyone who wrote that beautiful serenade couldn't be Haydn. Well, believe it. Lots of people couldn't be Haydn, and they wrote beautiful music. That's the way it goes. Alban Berg doing Haydn always struck me as a little bit staid. They didn't spend much time doing Haydn. They didn't do much Haydn. I don't think they ever fully entered into the spirit of Haydn's music. They're very clean, very, accurate performances, but they miss a little bit the character and the charm and the humor. But they're good. They're good. And it being Alban Berg, I was keeping them. Then, of course, the huge Alban Berg box came out on Warner. So it's in there too. But, why not keep it all? What the hell? Then we've got a couple Haydn masses here. Oh, yeah, this is with the choir of Trinity Church, Wall Street, and the Rebel, R-E-B-E-L, Baroque Orchestra under Dr. Owen Burdick. These turned out, this series of Haydn masses, actually, I think they skipped to Naxos at some point, didn't they? But they're quite good. It's a small ensemble. I used to go see their concerts, Trinity Church. They did these lunchtime concerts when I was working down on Wall Street. They're really a fine, fine group. And you've got the Mass in F major, which is a Missa Brevis. It's one of those adorable, tiny little things where, they do the entire Gloria in a minute and a half, with everybody singing different words all at the same time. And then we've got the Missa Chilensis in C major, which is a big sucker. That's that big cantata mass that Raphael Kubelik recorded and a bunch of period instrument people, which is brilliant. These are very respectable period instrument performances. Yes, I sometimes like larger forces, especially in the Missa Chilensis, which is with trumpets and drums and things. But, it's quite good. It's on Hensler. It's very interesting. I'd forgotten about that one. This. This almost made Haydn popular. The London Trios, numbers 1 through 4, for flute, violin, and cello. Oh, they're adorable, delicious little pieces. With Jean-Pierre Rampal, Isaac Stern, and Mstislav Rostropovich on Sony. This is one of those things that, like, public radio went nuts over. They could play little sniglets from them, and you could listen to them in doctors' waiting rooms when you were, going to have your tonsils out and whatnot. It was just great for that sort of thing. They're, of course, lovely works. Late Haydn, written simply to charm and delight, which they do. And the performance, of course, is absolutely terrific. So what the heck? Yeah, people liked those for a little while. I think they sold a lot of them. Then we've got, Symphonies 91, 92, and the Scena de Berenice. Berenice, che fai? With Bernarda Fink, who's fantastic. These are with the Freiburg Baroque Orchestra and René Jacob. Now, Jacob is not a great conductor, and his Haydn was sort of spastic, and these performances are kind of spastic with insane fast tempos in places, the orchestra hanging on for dear life. But they're fun. They're just fun and enjoyable. And so I wasn't going to be curmudgeonly about them. I like performances that had perhaps a little bit more thought put into them rather than just like, hey guys, let's go nuts, it's Haydn. Ah! But they have spontaneity and freshness. So that's all right. And then we've got, some really good Freiburg Baroque Orchestra ones with Thomas Fye, who actually passed away. I think I need to do an obituary, actually. But we've got symphonies number 70, 73, and 75. And here they are. Very good performances as part of his not complete cycle. So here you go. That was fun. That's a good clump of Haydn, isn't it? You've got symphonies, you've got chamber works, you've got all kinds of stuff in there, choral, sacred things. And yes, Haydn, who is amazing at whatever he chose to do. So keep on listening, friends. Thanks for joining me. Take care.